Okay, well here we are with the lineup of tripods. Yes, I use all of these here, and I want to talk real briefly about them, and certainly I want to thank Manfrotto and Gitzo for making just powerful products for me to use personally for my fine art photography. And since I use film, I definitely need just solid tripods, the best there is. And even on my digital cameras where I can crank up my ISO and sometimes go handheld. In landscape photography, 99.9% of all of my images certainly is being held up by three legs. And so I want to quickly go through these and then definitely talk about the tripods that will be going out. So gosh, where do I start? This has been a really beautiful tripod. This is from Gitzo. So in case you don't know, Manfrotto and Gitzo, they're pretty much sister companies, and they both make phenomenal gear. This is the only Gitzo tripod that I have, and the rest is pretty much all Manfrotto. But I've got the the Gitzo tripod here, and this one has just been really fun. It's a 3-section there, so once it's all set up, it can actually be that tall on all 3 sides, and it's carbon fiber, so it's amazingly lightweight. And so for some of you who commented that you really want the red bag from Clickily, this is typically what I do here with this pack. Hopefully you can see this. Just unstrap these here right down the middle, and then put the legs down there, and then just lock it down there, grab the other buckle, lock it down there, and there goes everything. But that is pretty much, my taller tripod with my camera bag. Can't talk right. And that's how it definitely would all go in. So for those of you who win one of the Click Elite packs, you'll be able to do this for sure. And so definitely, so that's my Gitzo and the Manfrotto head that I absolutely love. And so this just really breaks down. And that's that. Now the next system that I want to talk about is the Manfrotto. This is their newer version here. It's the carbon fiber as well. And this is one of my most favorite tripod heads. And so in the photography that I do, a lot of my images require paying attention to minute details. And so if I just need to move, to the right a hairline, to the right, or get level this way or the other way, then I've got these little knobs here just to really tilt forward and backward, and it's just an amazing head and system. I definitely use this head here for my Fuji 617 panoramic camera. In fact, here it is, and so I have quick release plates on all of them. So essentially whenever I set it up, that's just how it drops in. And for this camera, you have to definitely be level, and because if you're not, you're going to be off by quite a bit. And so, and if I just need to turn, this way or that way to be level, or even, up or down, that's, and then just, hairline movements, for you who use maybe you're photographing really macro work, or things where you just need minor movements, where like in the ball heads, you got to move that quite a bit. You may go too far, or too far to the right or left or up or down, whatever it is you need. And if you need something that just needs, really tiny hairline movements, fine movements, then I highly recommend getting the Junior 410 head from Manfrotto. So that's pretty much, this always goes on that head system right there. So let me just put that there. So again, that's this head, and then the really cool thing about the majority of these tripods is that you can loosen the center post, push the button down here underneath, and then grab it out this way and do things this way. You can actually even pull this all the way up and go upside down too, so that just locks back in. And then I don't really use this tripod here a lot, because if I need carbon fiber, oh, there it is. So here's, oh, wow, that's a pretty cool safety feature. That's why. See how this can rotate this way? There's another channel on this side here. This is why it wasn't going down. There's a channel groove on this side here where this piece has got to go into the base right there, and there's a key there. Pretty sweet. So that's that. And then going back to a little bit old school, this is the 055X Pro B. So this is aluminum, so this is a few years older, and you know, same system, same setup. And I still do a lot of video. So this is one of my original video heads right here, and yeah, that's just fluid ball movement, really fun to use. Again, another tripod there. Of course, all of these are from Manfrotto. And then this is the 055. I've never really used this. I just kind of haul it around as a demo at my workshops, and so it is pretty much brand spanking new. It's the newer version of this guy right here, pretty much. And then this is a new video head from Manfrotto. This is the MVH 500AH. So you can kind of tell the little brother from the big brother, and this has got a lot more girth to it, and definitely it's just about as light as that one too, which is even cooler. So this is a complete fluid drag system, and I got a large plate base there, and a very, very special tripod of mine is this guy right here. As you can see, I mean, this is just an old, worn out tripod. And why on earth am I talking about this? This is what I started with right here. I don't know how long ago it was, but I've taken this thing on so many hikes, on so many different trips, and you know, so many times I would, you know, I don't know if this thing's, yeah, there you go. So you know, go further out, and then you know, twist that right there. So this is definitely a dated tripod for sure. So, and this is the gear that I started with right here. This camera, and miraculously, it actually held up my 4x5 very well. And so, you know, I would go this way and, you know, do my ups and downs and my left to right, which I rarely use because the 4x5 on this thing was heavy. So if I needed to go up or down, I would just unlock that, go this way or this way. And I really like to use this tripod as a teaching tool to remind others, you know, to start small and go big, gradually, and through the growth of photography, in your own photography, you know, make the best of what you got, make the best of your gear. You don't need the latest, greatest, largest, biggest megapixel camera, or the, you know, anything like that. You know, it's a phenomenal reminder for me of where I started years ago when I first got into photography. And every now and then I still take this thing out and still generate some incredible images. In fact, one of my photographs that sold for a few $1,000s, person doesn't even know it, but this is the actual tripod that I use for that particular image off of my 4x5. I was down really low and pretty much just set up just a little bit like that. Still have the original base plate and everything, and you know, drop it out like that, tighten that on the bottom. And so, you know, this again is just a reminder. And I had another tripod just like this, and I gave it to a young Navajo kid named Taylor. Taylor's actually out of Flagstaff, Arizona, and he does a lot of wonderful work on film, still is cranking out prints from the darkroom. And I think Taylor is in 8th grade. So Taylor, if you're watching this, or if your mom and dad are watching this, correct me, shoot me an email or comment somewhere. But, you know, definitely that is a great reminder of where I've been, where I started, and, you know, to always kind of be grateful for what you have. And so, great reminder. Like I said, you can tell I just, you know, can't stop talking about it. So, I mentioned that we're going to give away some three-legged friends, and some folks are wanting some tripods for GoPros. And this is a Go pole that I got here. I don't know how much this thing was, but I think it's like 30 bucks maybe. But I bought this from Pictureline. And so all of these tripods I bought in heads as well, except the Gitzo and that one. And long before I got sponsored by Manfrotto and Gitzo, I had already bought a lot of the products and gear, and now very fortunate to share that I'm one of their global ambassadors, probably the first Native American. I'm not sure whether that's first or not. The great thing about working with Manfrotto and Gitso is being able to push the envelope of photography and continue to test and generate wonderful images with their gear. So big time shout out to Manfrotto and Gitso. So a few people were wondering what can they use for their GoPros. So this first giveaway is for you guys, you GoPro lovers. That's actually, by the way, as you can tell, I'm here in my second kitchen in our house. That camera there is not on a tripod because these are all my tripods. It's on my refrigerator that we have downstairs. The other one's upstairs, but voila, there you go. So let me just put that right there. And the other tripod that I want to give away is actually right in front of you. And it's going to be this one right here. Okay? And the reason why I want to give this to you is because, like I said, I just took it around and used it as demos. It still has the original cap on here. I think I still have the original box. And I bought this tripod not too long ago, I believe from Pictureline. And it's a great, great tripod. It's light. And if you want to see kind of how big it is, you just pull the legs out. Let's pretend you're gonna, whoever wins the Venture 35, you just put that in here, drop that down, unclick that, and then buckle that back down. And there you go. That, I know all the zippers and everything are still open, but that's exactly how it would just drop right in, right down the spine where it should be. So if you have a camera bag where they make you put your tripod on the right side or the left side, you definitely know you probably got a wrong pack. So and I know that because I bought a lot of other camera bags whose names I will not mention, and it was just horrible design. And so so this is going to be the other tripod that will be given away. So you just got to go and grab a head from Pictureline, or if you already have one, so this is how it locks and unlocks. And as you can tell, this can definitely extend to that height. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall. Your camera's probably going to go right there, and then actually, you know what? Let's throw. I wonder if I can. Oh, cool. Yeah, check this out. So let's just quickly put this one on here. That way you can kind of see as far as size and height and all that stuff. Let's go that way. And then, I don't have it here. But anyways, this is my D810 with my 24-70 lens. And so my quick release plate is actually on the bottom of the GoPro. One of them anyway. So that's pretty much how it would go on there. So if you want to see height, size, I mean, this is already extended. I'm 6 feet tall, and if I'm photographing something, I just look, boom, right inside there. So again, great size. And if you need additional height, all you would need to do is just grab this piece right here, unlock that, and the column strap will go up. And if you are, an 8-foot giant, then this could probably work for you. So I don't know anybody that's 8 feet, so I apologize if you are 8 feet, but I know nobody that's 8 feet tall, that unless if they're in the NBA. So anyways, here you go. So one lucky winner is going to win this Manfrotto 055 that has really never been used, because as you can see, I use all the other ones. That's just how you break it down. Quick lock. Easy, boom, boom, boom. And when it gets cold, you've got these rubber sides here, so that way you're not holding on to something that's freezing too. And the other great thing is, as far as a photography tip, and I see this all the time, do not do this. I see a lot of people who have their cameras, about, let me just do this here real fast. They have the camera this high, and then their column is like up here. Do not do that, okay? If I see you doing that, I'm gonna, give you a really good tip out there in the field. So don't photograph like this. Decrease this here as much as keep it as low as you can, and then raise your tripod height to where you need it to be, about right there. Okay. So the even cooler thing about these tripods is, let's say you're photographing inside the slot canyons or in a tight area, you can actually pull this down and go all the way out this way, and then set up your camera, let's say something like that, because there's a huge slant rock and you can't do that, and you just set everything up just like that. And all of three of these legs can do the exact same thing, and then as you go down, it's going to lock right there. Lock, that's locked, and then that's it. So that's why these silver clips are right there, okay? So, anyways, that is this tripod. I'm excited to give this one away, along with everything else. Again, this is the Manfrotto 055, made in Italy. And then for somebody that loves the GoPros or something smaller, let's say you got a small point and shoot, this will definitely work on there. And so, I am excited and a little winded, so big time, again, shout out to Manfrotto for everything here, and Gitso. And I'm excited to see who wins this. So here we go. The next thing we're going to talk about are the Stingray filters. Hang tight.